I'm Jane Hardwick Collins, and I want to introduce you to these cyclical wisdom altar cards that I've created. I've stuck them up on the wall behind me like you might do for an altar on the ground, and I'll put some photos at the end of this little video so you can see an example. I just wanted to point out this is the southern hemisphere layout with north at the top, south at the bottom, east over here on the right, and west on the left. And the cards are laid out to tell the story of the wisdom of the cycles, of the never-ending cycle of birth, growth, full bloom, harvest, decay, death, rebirth, growth, full bloom, harvest, decay, death, rebirth, on and on and on. There's one cycle, and that's the flow, and it just takes however long it takes. So on here we have the cycle of the earth with the ancient sabbats starting, well, it doesn't actually start anywhere, but imagine it did with spring. Here at Imbolc, spring equinox, Beltane, summer solstice, Lammas, autumn equinox, Samhain, and winter solstice. So that's the cycle of a year through the seasons of the earth. There's the cycle of life, crone, maiden, mother, and marga. There's the cycle of the lunar phases, the moon, dark, new, crescent, first quarter gibbous, full, disseminating, third quarter balsamic, and round again. And then there's the life cycle, the maiden, mother, marga, crone, and then how that shows up in the rose images, the growth cycle of a rose, and also the menstrual cycle. So week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4, and where that fits in relation to everything else. And each of the cards, so these are the menstrual cycle cards, for example, have on the back the definition of the physical experience, the energetic experience, the spiritual practice, and how to flow with that phase of the cycle. So clues for how to be with the menstrual cycle, and then the information about the life phases on the back so you can incorporate that into your understanding. And then with the earth seasons on the back of each card are the energy, the metaphoric gardening practice, so what you can do to connect with this phase, and a spiritual practice to do. So each of these cards as well, with the moon as well, the energy, spiritual practice and metaphoric gardening practice to do at each phase. These cards are an altar tool for setting an altar, a spiritual practice guide, and information to how to flow with these phases of the cycle, and a guide for how to set them up for the southern hemisphere, which is what I've got here, and the northern hemisphere, which is basically opposite, with the observances for the north and south flipped, and instead of going round this way as we do for the south, it goes that way. So I hope you can see the benefit of this and the opportunity of it and incorporate that into your practice. You can buy these on my website. Thank you. Bye-bye.